Hello, welcome to Wide Left Sports. Today I'm here with Laurel football player Kale Hunter. Kale, how are you doing today?
Good. I'm really doing really good today. How are you?
I am doing really good, really good. So my first question is kind of always the same to a lot of athletes, but what made you fall in love with football?
My dad, honestly, he was a big role with how I got into football and kept it going. When I was younger, he always kind of forced me to go out in the field. He kind of ran my flag football team growing up, so I always had was surrounded by football, playing in the backyard, playing in the front yard, no matter what. We were always playing football out there, so it kind of just stuck with me over the years.
I love that. So talk to me a little bit because I know in high school ball you play both sides of the ball. You're playing offense and defense. So talk to me about both the positions you play and just kind of what you like about playing both sides of the ball.
I'll start with defense. I'm more a defender, I guess. I like being having that aggression up front, just trying to get to that ball, just trying to rip it out, trying to just go get someone, lay someone out. That's kind of definitely more my favorite side. And with all those teammates, they really help that. They really let me think. They really encourage me on the defensive side of the ball, and it's been more given to me over the past few years. While on the offensive side, I've gotten a lot of offense, but not as much. I've more been on the defense side, so I like offense, and I would play it for my team and everything. But if it was to choose between one side or another, I'd probably go defense.
Love that. So, what does it mean to you to put on the purple and gold for Laurel every Friday and get to play in that beautiful stadium there in Laurel?
It means a lot to me. Ever since I was a freshman running out of that tunnel, it's been a blessing. A lot of my teammates, those coaches have given me the opportunities to strive to be better, and putting on those pads every Friday just it gives me shivers when I'm coming out of those tunnels. So,
Awesome. And so, what has been some of your favorite moments so far, either playing in Laurel or just having those pads on and that jersey on representing your town?
it's hard to say. There's been a lot of good moments. Just making some big plays and having that team around you just to hype you up, keep you going. That's been big part. Playing under those Friday night lights it's been amazing. I I can't honestly I can give you a single reason why. I love putting on those pads. I love going out every night. I just love the crowd. I love the energy that Laurel gives, and that's why I will continue to play here.
Oh, that's so awesome. So, you are just finishing up your junior year. Football wise, it's obviously mid year for school, but that's kind of when you can start talking to colleges and colleges can start talking to you. So, what has your recruitment early stages been like now that you're able to talk to coaches and stuff?
Just getting my highlights put together, sending them out, talking to those coaches, wanting to get visits all set up. I know that I have been trying to get my emails put up together. I'm through the NCSA app and I'm on Twitter and everything. I'm trying just to get everything set up as I go, getting my highlights, setting out my emails, getting everybody to coaches to recognize me, and then obviously getting camp visits set up and getting just going to camps. I know this winter I'm trying to go to a lot of camps with indoor facilities. So just no matter where I go, I just want coaches to notice me, get me looked at, and get me to my next step in life.
That's awesome. So, let's dream big a little bit here, Kale. If there was a dream school that called your phone or sent you an email and was like, "Hey, we're interested in you," what would that school be for you?
So I have two options. A little farther from home, I've always been a Tennessee Vols fan. Baseball, football, I've always loved their program. I like their school. I've been to their school. I like that area. And then a little closer to home, I'd love to play for the Cats.
Awesome. I love hearing that on Cat Grizz Day. So that's awesome.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. So talk to me a little bit about the training that goes into, football in general, but then obviously playing both sides of the ball and just having to keep your body so physically ready to go every Friday.
Absolutely. It's kind of hard. It's just a lot of stretching. I know that before the games, before we all do our stretching lines and everything, I'll spend probably a good 10 minutes before that stretching out my legs, stretching out my arms, just stretching out my lower back, just trying to be the most flexible I can before the game because you never know what position you could get in to the point where you need to lay out, make a tackle, give it your all, just get to the ball, just make the most out of it. And you know, I do a lot of after game, before game. I have a few cryo legs, just medicine balls, just working my legs, working my hips, just trying to get them into the most possible way I can succeed that night.
I love that, and I'm sure doing all that too helps prevent injury, which injuries are inevitable when you're hitting other people. But I'm sure it helps prevent that a little bit too.
Absolutely. And this year it was a little rough. We had a lot of injuries come from our team, and it's hard to play through that knowing that you always have to look to the next best guy. But I'm positive that our team did as best as we possibly could. I know we had a few little upsets and everything, but I know we pushed to strive to be more, and I know my class has strived to be better for next year and learn from our mistakes to just strive out for next year.
Well, that was going to be my next question with Laurel's team. So it sounds like you guys are a little bit on the younger side.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what steps are you going to take for next year to take that jump to potentially play in the game that was last night, or play a deep run in the playoffs?
Well, my sophomore year at state, and that feeling has always been in the back of my mind. It just sticks with me, and I my senior year, I really want to just strive to be the best, and that starts right now. It starts a year in advance, and I know I need to put on a lot more weight for next year. I have a pretty decent height, so I just need to put on a little bit more weight. And I've been talking to my coaches just about nutrition, getting the right rest, getting the right sleep, just getting the right exercise, not pushing myself to the point where I'm not able to get out of bed, but being able to improve for next year.
I love that. So you're talking about putting on weight, and it's a weird science because you want to put on weight, but you want to put on the right weight. And
And
so,
healthy.
yes. So, how are you planning to do that? And I mean, a year, well, really 8, 10 months is a short amount of time to do that. So, how are you planning to do that?
Absolutely. No, and it's all healthy weight. I'm not trying to put on any unnecessary weight where I just need to burn it off. I'm putting on all muscle, just complete healthy weight. And I mean, that starts in the morning. A good, clean breakfast that gets me going in the day, protein shake that gets me out, lunch, not eating fast food, just going, eating a healthy, hearty lunch. And then, of course, dinner. You got to have a big dinner. And then, of course, lifting. Lifting is a big part of doing that. It got to be consistent every single day in the gym with that healthy eating good healthy food, drinking a ton of water, just giving my body the supplements it needs to improve over these next few months.
That's awesome. So, when you look at colleges and the NFL and the players in those instances, what is a player that, or excuse me, who is a player that you really kind of try to model your game after, even just a little bit?
I mean, I used to watch a lot of highlights of Sauce Gardner on the Jets and everything. I watched him a lot, and I liked him. And I mean, I took a lot of initiative from when I went to the MSU camp. I had a coach, and he was the corner for the Cats, and I took a lot of initiative to learn of what he studied and how he played, and his aggressiveness, and I kind of studied what he did, and I kind of, I guess, took from what he learned over there and played it into my game.
I love that. So, cornerbacks really have two different types of games. They have either man or zone coverages. And so, for you, what do you think is the best for your game? Do you like doing the man on man, or are you more of a zone corner?
Well, I like more zone, honestly. It gives me my chance to have more of my teammates on my side and the best opportunity to either stop the ball short or get an incomplete pass. And it just gives the, I guess, the best opportunity out of everything for a more well sound play.
For sure, for sure. And then, you mentioned early on that you love to just hit people and lay them out. So give us an instance of where you did just lay the boot on a guy and just licked him out.
I mean, I'll give you an instance this year. East Helena play it was play action pass. Kid was running up the sideline, caught the ball and turns around and this was actually a pretty big play for me. And this is one of my highlights this year. Kid turns around, runs up the field, basketball touchdown, and I put my shoulder right into his chest and just knock the ball out. And one of my teammates recovers it and takes it back for probably a 60-yard gain before the half. And that would have been a very big deciding factor in that game.
Wow, that's so awesome. So talking about the Eastern A a little bit and just the A in general, there's a lot of teams right here in the Billings area, whether it be Lockwood, Central, Hardin's pretty close. How cool is it to have so many teams right here that you get to play?
It's awesome. I mean, I love traveling. I love seeing the stateside, but having those teams close and nearby gives that little bit more edge. So then you're not on a bus getting all drowsy for a few hours. You're just going over, playing your game, still being the same person you are.
For sure. And then I know the Laurel Central rivalry is absolutely massive. So, talk to me about what it's like to play in those games and one, get to play them at home, and then when you are playing in Billings at Central's home.
No, absolutely. And Central has a lot of potential. They have a lot of guys on their roster, and that's where they succeed in. They have a lot of backups. They have a lot of people ready in the one, two, or three spots. And playing in those rivalries, it's awesome to have the crowd and just have the environment around you. But I try to look at it as if it's any other game because I don't want to take out anything that's different from any of my other games. I don't need to hurt someone else that I don't like more. I don't need to do
Right.
anything else different. I just need to play it how my game is. Of course, it's a rivalry. Of course, there's gonna be that tension, but I just need to play my same game and not do anything differently.
For sure. So, during that week of, Laurel Central, do you notice the community of Laurel is like, hey, go beat Laurel if they see you out in the community at all, or go beat Central. Excuse me.
Yeah, you talk about that. I had a lot of that. When we were out selling we were doing like our raffles and everything and doing all of our like money dolly donations and everything. I had a lot of people say go kick some green or just I got a lot of support from the Laurel side.
Oh, that's awesome because I know that happens here in Billings. I'm a West High graduate, and so
Oh yeah.
West has that with senior, and they're always like, "Go beat the Bronx." It's like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. So, one of the big things with this podcast is advice to the younger generation. So that could be Laurel kids that are freshmen or Laurel kids that are, young and want to be where you're at. So what advice do you have for them that can get them to where you're at, where colleges are looking at you and you're more than likely going to go on and play at the next level?
I'd say start early as possible. I know my mom, she hated me wanted me to play tackle football in middle school. She despised it. She did not like the contact or anything. And I started playing in sixth grade, so I started playing relatively young. And I would love to give everybody that chance. I'd say start playing young. It gives you the opportunity over the next few years to succeed, learn, and regroup. And then eating healthy and getting the right nutrition and get the right sleep and getting the right lifting. I know that I didn't really start lifting until the end of eighth grade year, and I feel like I started a little bit late with my growth and everything, and I just wish I got in earlier to regroup and make my life ahead of time better. And that's the one thing I want those kids to have is just getting the right sleep, getting the right lifting, getting the right nutrition, and then of course starting early in football. If you love something, I think you should work towards it every single day to get better at it.
I love that. And then obviously today is Montana Christmas, the Brawl of the Wild. So we're gonna end it with this. What is your score prediction for today's game?
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say 48-35 Cats.
I
40.
love it.
Yeah, I'm a big time Cats fan. I've been a Cats fan since I was younger, and I was actually gonna go to this game today, but I couldn't unfortunately go to it. So
Well, there you go. No, I'm a huge Cat fan too. I don't know if you can tell I'm wearing a top touchdown Tommy shirt today. So
absolutely,
heck yeah. But no, I'm a huge Cat fan, and I think it'll be a good game. I can't believe they're both so good. So it'll be a good one.
absolutely.
Awesome, Kale. Well, hey, I want to thank you so much for coming on and talking about Laurel and what you've done so far. And I can't wait to see what you do next year and where you go for college. That'll be awesome.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, have a great rest of your day.
You too.